Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Chassis Variant series, myself, Critical Rocket, and here we are. It's a wonderful, cold, blustery day here in the summer of July 2018, and why do I make a note of this? Because this part of the series here represents my final goal of being able to do all of the mechs from when I started the Chassis series oh so long ago. It has been quite a while to get to this point, finally reaching the DireWolf, the last of the clan assault mechs currently in the game that I've yet to do any chassis videos for. And even more importantly, this is the Prime, which I surprised myself, but when I went back and I double checked what video I'd done and whether I had actually done, I had a sneaking suspicion I hadn't actually done a gameplay video of the Prime in stock. And it turns out I was right. My original DireWolf video, I was running around in Caustic Valley with a completely unique build. Something I didn't really remember. I didn't remember the build or anything. It shows how long ago it was when I actually had a look at the DireWolf. And yeah, back then in the early days, I did used to run all the same kind of builds, or at least close to, a lot of other people used to play. And yeah, it's shocking the turnaround I've had since, and I don't regret it. I still enjoy running the mechs with the default weapons. It's so much more fun, and I'd recommend everyone try it every now and then, just for something different. If you get a bit tired of running the same kind of builds all the time in the same kind of weight classes, yeah, give it a go. Just have a look at it and see what you think. So one of the first things that kind of annoys me straight off the bat with the DireWolf, and this is a little bit toward PGI in their skill system, is this mech, like every mech, is actually faster than it is out the box. So when you buy a DireWolf, it'll be running at 48.6 kph, which is pretty slow. Not shocking for a 100-tonner, of course, but still remarkably slow. And part of the problem is PGI's skill system has always relied on you unlocking a skill called Speed Tweak. Originally, in the old skill system, when you used to have three mechs, three variants of the same mech, you had to get all of them up to a certain level, and then you can unlock Speed Tweak, and then eventually a Master Slot, and so on and so forth. So what ended up happening is they went to the new skill system, and they just broke Speed Tweak into even more chunks. So the mech is actually supposed to run at 54 kph, but it doesn't, unless you spend valuable skill points, which would be better used on other things. And I hate this artificial speed reduction in the mechs by default. It kind of forces people to go up in engine size to try and attain that original max speed, or they go up in engine size to then spend skill points to get the even better speed tweak skills so they can go even quicker than the max speed. I know the engine apparently has issues. You go past a certain speed, it breaks the hit detection or some crap like that. But this artificial reduction of the speed in some mechs just really perplexes me, and only makes playing DireWolves a lot harder. Right off the bat, the DireWolf is nowhere near as imposing as it's meant to be. We're talking about a mech here that is incredibly well armed and armoured. In fact, it's got around about the same armour as an Atlas. Again, not surprising, they're both 100 ton. The shocking thing about it is that the DireWolf has far more weaponry capability than an Atlas could dream of. The DireWolf certainly lives up to its name. Now, the background of the mech is that it was built by Clan Wolf, or at least it was designed by Clan Wolf originally. Rumour gets out that they're making one of the all-time greatest assault omnimechs ever. And Smoke Jaguar get word of this and decide, well, we want a piece of that. And so they challenge Clan Wolf to a trial of possession for basically the exclusive production rights, or at least the production rights for them first. This results in a trial that is rumoured to have been fought dishonourably by Smoke Jaguar, but ultimately they win, and they're the first ones to build the DireWolf. It's one of the reasons why the mech is considered to be one of their more imposing assaults, but in reality it's Clan Wolf tech. Clan Wolf do eventually get hold of the design rights again, and they start producing them. And the other interesting thing is that within the universe, Clan Wolf and Smoke Jaguar were the only two clans that could build them. Other clans would have to obtain them through trials, 1 or 2, not a huge number, or through Isola, or that kind of thing. So if they're ever seen outside of those clans, it's pretty much because they've been grabbed by others as scrap or through a trial of some description. And some clans, like Jade Falcon, would dare never use this mech because it represents their hated enemy, Clan Wolf. So it's interesting little background bits there. Obviously, it was one of the most feared assault mechs to be in part of the invasion, more so than some designs such as the Warhawk and Executioner and Gargoyle. It represented one of the most terrifying sights on the field, and earned its nickname of Daishi, which is apparently a bit of a garbled kind of Japanese word for Great Death, I believe. And as such, it held quite the reputation. So, its hardpoints are quite impressive. It has 8 energy, 2 ballistics, and 1 missile. Obviously, the most desirable element of the Prime, if you want to immediately start customizing this mech, is the 8 energy hardpoints. Both arms have 4 each, which is the most of any omnipods on the DireWolves. There are no others that have more energy hardpoints in such great numbers. The B does have a 4 energy, as does the champion version of the W, but I think that's because that's a hodgepodge of different omnimail parts. But yeah, it has 4 in each arm and 1 ballistic in each arm, and the missiles in the left torso. So it's got pretty desirable hardpoints if you want to grab them. Other than that, the Prime is a fun little thing. It comes with 4 ER large, 4 medium pulse, and it has a LRM-10 and 2 Ultra AC-5s. It is very powerful, but also very hot. Suffers from all the general problems with it, in that it has low slung arms, and because it's so goddamn slow, it will get picked apart very quickly if it's left out in the open too long. It's solely reliant on other players supporting it on the move, and more importantly protecting it when it comes under attack from light mechs. In today's world, things like piranhas, fleas, Arctic cheetahs and the such will tear it apart in seconds, unfortunately. Again, one of the main issues with this thing is, even with speed tweak, you're only moving at 54 kph, not the fastest in the world. And if you get caught out in the early stages of a bigger map, like Polar or something like that, you're screwed. You're so dead. You need a lot of support to make this mech work. But that said, it's quite fun. It's interesting. It's kind of a historical piece of MechWarrior Online. And as such, if you haven't tried it, I'd recommend at least one. They are expensive, 17 million each, to pick up any one variant. But obviously, once you pick up one, you can then buy the Omnipods for the others and build your own perfect DireWolf that way. I just thought, yeah, I would recommend it though. It's fun. It's an interesting mech. It looks cool. It's got a really nice cockpit design. It's always one of the things that stood out to me with the DireWolf. And yeah, it's for that reason. I've always kind of enjoyed jumping in every now and then. It's not a mech that I play a hell of a lot outside of recording. But when I feel like it, when the tonnage is available, I give it a go every now and then. There I go, I get pops. Near the end of the match, this one I kept because this was a good fight. One of those rare occasions where it was very back and forth. It could have gone either way at any point during the fight. Everyone's a bit beat up. There's not much left of both teams. And yeah, it becomes a real, to quote Jim Ross, a real slobber knocker all the way through in 12. I think ends 12-9. Spoilers, I know. But let's face it. Oh yeah, Steam overlay pops up there when I'm trying to type, because that's what Steam does now. It never used to, but it does now. If you press tab, I think it is, or shift, sometimes it pops up with the overlay. Apologies for that. So yeah, nasty fight on Grim. I enjoyed it. And luckily for me, it wasn't a situation where I got left behind with the other assaults and we got eaten up by light mechs. No, it was good. It was a good fight. And yeah, I'm just filling up time now. It's a very long match. That's the problem. Around about 10 minutes, which is kind of surprising in MechWarrior Online. I mean, your average match length is about between 4.5 to 7 minutes is about your average time. So yeah, When you get up to like the 10s and 13 minutes mark for a match, you know you've had quite a long one. But I think that might be it, yeah, if I remember correctly. That was the last one, yep. So, victory! So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.